Okay. Here we go. And of course, let me know if there's anything wrong with the stream. This is my first time doing anything like this, so it could all be a catastrophe, but you know, we'll find out. That's what trying is for. So, you know, let me know. Maybe, I think I need to edit the audio a little bit here. Oh, someone chatted. I bet they said I'm gay or something. That's like that. What trying is for. Where are they? So, you know, let me know. Okay. Still figuring out OBS, so just give me a minute while I, you know, go through all this. I want to make sure that I can see all of the wonderful input from chat, because I'm sure chat is going to have wonderful input, and I'm just not figuring out how to actually see any of that. But I will in a minute. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Chat. Huh. Okay, nothing yet. That's okay. Okay, now that I think I've finally figured out how to do this correctly, we're gonna get going. Planescape Torment, everybody, here we go. So, you can see here, new life, we begin with a new character. There are limits to the character customization in this game. It's based on AD&D 2nd edition, that is to say, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition. But, you know, they've got a concept. They've got a very good concept for a character this week. And that is this titular character of the Nameless One. The Nameless One, anyway, that's what he's called. You can see that here at the bottom. And we cannot change that name. We do not have the power. We have these various stats, which you do need to have some familiarity with AD&D 2nd edition in order to understand what these do in that system. But broadly speaking, the answer is, broadly speaking, we start at 9 in everything, which means no penalties, so that's good. We do have the ability to, we do not have the ability to reduce any stats below 9, so all of our stats have to start with no penalties whatsoever. We have the ability to raise our stats. You'll see that we have 21 points to put into stuff. I am going to put 13 into dexterity because I've played this game before, and so I know that there are actually useful things for dexterity. The bulk of the rest of our points are going into charisma and wisdom. You'll see didn't see the big cutscene, but...
Hey, Chief, you okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
Who are you? Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I asked you first, Skull. And I asked you second. What's your name? I don't know. I can't remember. Can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in this part, go easy on the butt. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped. The name is one. You'll hear his voice a few times in this game, but it sounds a little like Keanu Reeves, like old school Keanu Reeves, you know, like Matrix era, you know, where he's like, he's trying not to do the whole Bill and Ted thing, but he can't really help himself. And so it's still kind of there. Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors, and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. By the way, Mort, the main voice actor for Mort here is Rob Paulson. If you are familiar with the Animaniacs, he is Yakko in that show. Quite an actor, quite an actor. We're locked in where? What is this place? It's called the Mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. Mortuary. What, am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. Yes, scars aplenty, though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars. How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Say, it looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back. What do they say? Looks like you come with directions. Let's see, it starts with, I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx Wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farad can fill you in on the rest of the chant if he's not in the dead book already. Farad. Does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farah. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me when I was lying there? No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of a journal penned on your body. What about Farad? Do you know him? Nobody I know. But then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burks gotta know where to find Farad. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. So I should attack one of these corpses and put in for the key. Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing. These corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like getting kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover.
Done.
So, here we go. First dialogue is done, and now we are on to the main event. You can see here that obviously it's a point-click interface, you know, old school game and all that. We've got this shelf over here which has these bandages. I was about to say it has the scalpel that Mort told me about, but I guess that must have been a different shelf. Okay, well, Mort, where is this vaunted scalpel of which you speak? I suppose it must be on this shelf. Aha! The scalpel has arrived, and Mort's coming over to talk to me about it. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go get those corpses. And don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Mort. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Me, I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. When I attack this corpse, you better be right there with me, or he'll be the next thing that I plunge the scalpel in. Yeah, alright, I'll help you. I'm glad we understand each other. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death. Let's go. Okay, so I do need to get that scalpel actually equipped to me, which is easy enough. Just there it is. Now I am wielding a scalpel. And let's put those bandages in my quick item slot. That way I can heal if I really need it. Okay. Talk to the first zombie. Let's see if he has the key I need. Shambling corpse looks like it's been dead for 70 years. The skin on its forehead is peeled back, revealing its chalk-white skull. Someone has chiseled the number 569 into the exposed bone. Let's check the corpse, see if it's carrying a key. The corpse does not appear to be carrying a key. It doesn't be able to use one if it did. It's broken, as if someone smashed them with a hammer. You do happen to notice the left shoulder is heavily bandaged. The bandages might be useful if the corpse was disposed of first. Guess you don't have it. You don't happen to know which one of your other corpse friends has the key out of this place. Chief, they can't hear you all right. They're dead. But you're dead. And you're talking to me. Yeah, but I'm special. Death couldn't kill me. Couldn't kill my zest for life. These corpses here, they probably didn't have much personality to begin with. I see. Look, Chief, watching you try to swap the champ with these corpses isn't doing much for my morals. Let's leave the corpse talk for the barmies, alright? Alright then, let's go. Well, we don't need to kill that zombie, so, you know, let's leave him alone. Why not? He's got nothing we... Like, I mean, he's got the bandages, but we don't really need the bandages. We got bandages already. Let's see. No key on this guy either. Let's move on to the next one. You got the key? This corpse is the one with the key, holding it tightly in its left hand, locked in a death grip. Well, let's kill that corpse. Get that key. Okay, so the game is paused because combat has begun. But we will continue. Get it. Done. Key game. Preparation. Okay. The other corpses. For now. If we have to fight them later, we will. For now, we can leave them alone. One of the interesting things about Planescape Torment is that it's one of the few games in which you can avoid almost all combat. I think there are only 2 mandatory fights, and we have just had one of them. So, now, whether we'll actually avoid all fights or not in this playthrough, that's a different matter. But, you know, we'll do what we can and see what happens. Advice, Chief. Keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially in the Fems. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die, sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's gotta die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? Before, you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead shits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bastards like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping their limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead, we're dead. See where I'm going? Eh? Eh? You can't be serious. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffer with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers will have to part with them first, and that's not likely. But where did all these corpses come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death, so I've got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you got questions, ask me, alright? Party member, select the talk option with the quick menu, then left click on the party member. Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. 2nd, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, it couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. You just keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use to refresh your memory. Alright, I got it. Let's go.
Updated my journal.
Journal updated. You will hear that many times
Hey, what's
throughout
eating you,
this
Chief?
game. Let's see what Mort has to say. What's eating you, Chief? Let's see, that was again. We know that one. How do I use these bandages? Use them. Staunch bleeding and all that.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Shit, the corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. So, doing anything later? Psst, you see the way she was looking at me? Huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? You mean that blank-eyed, beyond the grave stare? What, are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me to pay attention to some stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. There we go. You? Yeah, right. Trust me, chicks beyond the grave don't care about that physicality. And I got a body. I'm all scarred and tough looking. They want guys with spirit. That's me, Chief. You? Corpses like you are as common as copper. Yeah, whatever, Mort. Let's go. Okay. I think Mort's gonna hit on a few more of these dead women before we leave this room. But that's smart. That's smart for you. That's just how he is. Nasty wound you got there. She ain't in good shape either. What have you got? Let's see what's up with you. Triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangles, it pauses, then turns the stars to the next. Heh. Looks like someone forgot to tell this side to stop walking in rule of threes. What do you mean? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some task and then they forgot to tell him. You said something about the rule of threes. What do you mean by
Updated my journal.
Yeah, well, the rule of threes is one of those laws about the planes about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of three parts, or there's always three choices, and so on and so forth. You don't sound like you have so much faith in it. It's a load of wash, if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. I see. Before you said someone put this corpse to task, then forgot to tell them to stop. Who gives these corpses these tasks to do? Either one of the caretakers here, or else whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Probably one of the caretakers here. They're the ones who need the cheap labor, after all. Alright, understood. I wanted to examine this zombie a bit more. So, why are you walking a triangle? No, we'll leave him alone. Alright, where are we going next? What do we got? Oh, stuff in this cabinet. Nothing in this cabinet. Okay, never mind. On to the next. Oh! Logbook! What does it say? Records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms, contact the scribe on duty, and notify him that a contracted shell is to be raised. Be certain that a shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip a shell. The faction is not responsible for any possessions lost or items stolen by collectors who have brought the shells to the mortuary. Okay. Thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As I flipped through the rest of the book, I noticed the last page has been cut out. The last page cut out. Well, let's put that book back, because I don't think we need to keep it. But that could be useful information. Guy's holding bandages. Let's take them from him. Okay. No more bandages for him. What's this next zombie got? Oh, braid. Looked around her neck like a noose. Okay. That seems like a questionable hairstyle at best. What's this next zombie got? Look, tears down the zombie's face, running into the stitching that sealed the corpse's lips, caught on the corner of a note stuck in the zombie corpse's mouth. fill it out. Okay, so the note is stuck in the stitches, and we need to cut the stitches to get the note. Well, let's cut the stitches to get the note then. Jaw is now hanging open because we cut the stitches on his mouth, and so his mouth now hangs empty. What's it say? Please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you, I know my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I'm prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you are reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. It looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you notice the writing is a diagram. It looks like directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. His contract number was 1201. So, let's see. Up strange marks on each corner. 1 mark in the upper right, 2 on the lower right, 3 on the lower left, none on the upper left. 1 2 0 1. 1 2 0 1. So upper right, lower right, upper left, upper right, lower right, upper left, upper right. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. You watch for a moment the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small 4-sided paper pyramid. Open the sides of the pyramid. Aha! An earring! Let's take that triangle earring. That could be useful. Let's equip that bitch. I don't know what it does. I haven't identified it yet. Because it's a magic item and we don't have the info. But I'm sure it's better than nothing. Let's talk to Mort. See if he knows anything about this earring.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
He does not. What's this something I have to say? Yeah, I think this one's seen better days. She's not doing great. Jaw's missing. Some of the flesh has slid off her skull. Yeah, she's not in good shape. What's this guy in front of the big book? There's a zombie behind him. 1094. Mouth sewn shut. Chemical reek of fresh formaldehyde. Despite the pallid, sunken features and lifeless, milky eyes, he was once handsome. See anything interesting? Nope. Doll. The scribe is very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard. It flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with the Dusties, it should be the last thing. Before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down, and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. We give this place the laugh I bet. Before one can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to view. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, you restless one. He places down his will, but I do not yet count deafness among words. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question. And the wrong question, as always. I am dull. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Dull.
Updated my journal.
What is this place? You were in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Yeah, I'm just trying to model how he's coughing over and over. This is the waiting room for those about to depart the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path to true death. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow. You see, restless one. This life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain, trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death? True death is non-existence. A state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. A state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life. Oh, well, we've seen this bit before. So. I see, I had some other questions. How did I get here? Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, restless one. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. I arrived here on a cart?
Updated my journal.
Yes. Your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Your seneschal, Farod, was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Who is this Farod? He is a collector of the dead. We have such people in our city who scavenge the bodies of those that walk the path of true death and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Where can I find this Farod? If events persist as they have, restless one, you have a much greater chance of Farod finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Nevertheless, I must find him. Do not seek out Farod, restless one. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser, and Farod a few coppers richer. Accept death, restless one. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is?
Updated my journal.
I do not know under which gutter stone Farod lairs at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him.
Doesn't sound like you like Farod much.
There are some I respect, Restless One. Farod is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort.
Knight of the Post.
A knight of the post, a thief. All Farod brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farod takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers.
Did this Farod take anything from me?
Most likely. Are you missing anything, especially anything of value? Not that Farod would take exception to anything that wasn't physically crafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause.
I am missing a journal.
A journal? If that was of any value, then it is likely lies in Farod's hands.
I see. I had some other questions. Can you tell me how to get out of here?
The front gate is the most obvious exit. They will not let any other than dustmen pass. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive.
I see. I had some other questions. What do you do here?
I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post.
You say that I've been here more than once. How is it that the dustmen do not recognize me?
Updated my journal.
I am the one that catalogues the shells that come to our halls, Restless One. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me.
You sound ill. Are you not well?
I am close now to the true death, Restless One. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I.
The eternal boundary.
The boundary between this shadow of this life and the true death.
True death. Oh, we're back to... We've seen this before, okay. What else do you have? Are you certain there might be some way I can help you?
I do not wish to live forever, nor live again, Restless One. I could not bear it.
Very well, I had some other questions. Do you know who I
Updated
am?
my journal.
I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know little more of those that have journeyed with you, and who now lie in our keeping. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own.
There are others who have journeyed with me, and they're here.
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Am I mistaken?
Where is her body?
The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory.
I don't know. I don't recall ever traveling with a woman.
Before, you said there were others interred here who journeyed with me. Where are they? Doubtless there are, but I know not their names, nor where they lie. One such as you has left a path many have walked, and few have survived. All dead come here. Some must have traveled with you once. Nothing more. Farewell, Tal. Know this, I do not envy you, restless one. To be reborn as you would be a curse. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return you here. It is the way of all things, flesh and bone. Well, then perhaps we will meet again, Tom. Gate sealed shut. Okay, let's find out what else is going on here. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, I should equip those bandages. Put those in my quick item slot. Boop. You know what's wrong? Huge corpse, heavy set man. In his early years, at least. Now he's a librarian. What's up with the books he's got? A loose page between two of the books. Let's take that stuff. This is from the receiving log, isn't it? Now, let's see if there's anything else in the books. No, okay. What's the page say? 16 feet. Let's see. 16537, fifth night, drunk, just one. 16538, fifth night, desiccated corpse, cause of death, Farah. 16539, scarred shell, cause of death, indeterminable. Scars do not appear to be cause of death. Shock trauma. Collector Farad, 3 commons paid. Possessions logged, fist irons, 13 commons. Middle table receiving. Okay. Well, if that's me, then I've got stuff that I could retrieve if I can get to the middle table of the receiving room. Specifically the fist irons and these 13 copper. So, you know, that might be good. And then what do we got here? Next up, Age of Shell prevents identification, cause of death indeterminable. Collective Farad, 3 commons paid, possessions logged, knife marks evident from dissection, but dissection was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged abdomen. Earring has been locked in southeast preparation room. Have an initiative from the 3rd circle. Examine it. It has strange markings like those on contracted worker 79. Okay, so there's an earring for me to find in the southeast preparation room. And I need to match it to worker 79, whoever that is. Let's see. 5th night skeleton, cause of death. Indeterminable, Age of Shell prevents identification, blah 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 blah. These shells Farad has brought has also show signs of having been prepared. I've asked that Emmerich launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16542 is one of Farad's gang. I've seen the individual before. I would ask Emmerich to pay heed to how the man died. 16542. Fifth Night Tiefling male. Cause of death, slash marks, discoloration of wounds are consistent with grave rot. Ghoul claws. No possessions. Stripped knife marks evident from dissection. Okay. So, first off, Pharaoh's releasing us. Secondly, we got stuff to find. Including, among other things, this tiefling man. Press on through the mortuary. Let's find us some more dead people. Oh. What's your story? Eyeballs are askew, huh? Otherwise, just a zombie. Brainless zombie. Stumbling around like a brainless zombie. Weird pattern of stitches, huh? Oh, what? Yeah, looks like a human dress. 78. 506, but also 78. We can push him down. Leave his leg standing there. Or we can try to help him balance. Let's try to steal the leg. That seems fun. Chief, you might not. There's a crack from the corpse's left leg, and the body falls like a dead tree. Its torso strikes the stone flagstones and shatters like a rotten melon. Filth and ichor gurgling from the cavity. To your surprise, no one seems to have noticed the corpse's collapse, and even stranger, the left leg remains standing where the body was, as if in detention. After a moment, the leg falls over with a wet thump. As you gaze upon the putrefied remains of the corpse, you notice that its left arm seems intact. It has snapped from the torso during the fall. It doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot, but it's spread through the rest of the body. I wonder if I can make use of that arm. Take the arm! Let's equip this stuff. A severed arm and a scalpel. The severed arm is acting as a club. You can see it in the graphics that it's rendered as a club. Notably, Planescape Torment has almost no swords whatsoever. It's kind of unusual among D&D games in that, and that's by design. They knew that they wanted Planescape Torment to have no swords whatsoever as part of the aesthetic. As part of, showing everyone that's unusual. Because Baldur's Gate certainly had swords, and, D&D has always had swords, and swords have a certain thing about them they're very fond of. Planescape Torment's total lack of swords, therefore, was an intentional move to differentiate it. Trying to think that maybe I streamed this at the wrong time, or maybe I just don't have the kind of penetration yet. Nobody really knows who I am. Nobody really cares that I'm streaming. And, I probably need, or maybe I just need to stream a different game. Maybe Planescape Torment just isn't the right fit for it. But this was fun. And I would certainly be happy to stream something else in the future. We got off to a rocky start, but now I understand OBS, and I think I've got a better grasp of everything. And so, hey, this was an experiment. It was a neat try. Certainly comment if you would like to see more Planescape, if you'd like to see me continue. For now, I think I'm going to sign off on this one and try to maybe think of something else to stream, something a little more exciting, something that might grab people's attention. And I'm also going to try to figure out what's an actually good time to do streams like this, to try and get more eyes on it. But, for now, Planescape Torment is still one of my favorite games of all time. I'll be very happy to go back to it. If anyone wants to, comment, let me know if you'd like to see more Planescape, or if you'd like to see something else, or, if there's something that I need to change. I'm very open to feedback. Certainly, I would like to, do better in the future. I'm just starting out. I don't really know what I'm doing. So, the more help, the better. But, I'm going to sign off for now. You guys have fun. And see you next time. If there is a next time.